Welcome to another episode of Dwayne's World. I am here with my really good friend, really talented, really special man by the name of Dylan Bauld.
Hello.
How are you today, dog?
Very good. Really happy to be here.
I'm really happy you're here too. I really am. I know we just met, but I feel like we have a very special, good working friendship.
It's kind of crazy.
It's a little crazy.
I mean, we definitely really bonded over that first session.
The
that we
first
had.
session came in so hot, came in so emotional. I feel like
Yeah.
I didn't feel like I was gonna cry, but I was like, if I can talk about this with, I know Emma was there too, of course,
Yeah.
who I think the homies know. And then and it was just such an open and receptive vibe, and I really needed it. And
It was just so
it was
fun
really
too.
good. It was a lot of fun, man.
Like we really created magic in one day, and that's a crazy bonding experience that like I've had maybe with a handful of people, but like this one really like resonated, and I was like, oh, we got to pursue this
Oh
more.
my
Like
God.
this feeling is ridiculous.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Yeah.
It was amazing. I slid into Dylan's into your DMs, and I said, "Hello, you're great, man. You're so tapped, and you make great stuff. I make cool stuff, but I have the potential of. I know I didn't say that, but like, yeah, I knew that you could help me just go to that next level I'm trying to go to at the point. So
Well, I have
I'm
to say,
thankful.
like, I get messages like that, not like a ton, but it's pretty hard for me to like wrap my head around working with someone just based on a Instagram message and like, they'll send me their Spotify or whatever, but like when I saw your stuff and I saw like all the songs that you've been doing and putting out, like it really sounded like you had something to say
yeah,
and you
Hell
really like
yes.
portrayed yourself as like a true artist, and I saw that you were touring.
Oh yeah,
Which is a really important factor for me. Like if I don't see that an artist has been like playing shows and doing
Mhm.
all that, it's it makes it more difficult for me to dedicate my time to that because you don't know if it's going to be represented right.
Yeah,
If
that's
your work
true.
is going to be represented
That's
right.
very true. That's very true.
So that was a big factor, and then all of a sudden, like we're in the studio together, and I was like, oh shit,
Yeah.
we got some
got
magic going
We
on.
got some shit, bro. I was so man. Yeah, I know I can't talk much about like deals and new music stuff like what's actually going on, but we've created some of the best, my favorite stuff that I've made up until this point, and I'm so stoked about that. And I also want to get into your shit. I know you're in the band Flor,
Mm-hmm.
and I have to be honest with you. I had just heard your production, so I didn't know
Okay.
much about the band. And I know you guys are about to go on tour as well with the Main,
Yeah.
who I also love.
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
John
Me
is a
too.
fucking
Big fan of the
beautiful superstar.
It's crazy.
How do you feel about that?
It's wild,
Yeah.
actually. You're just talking about going on tour with the
Yeah,
Main,
just
right?
going on tour. Yeah.
So it was what 6 years ago. Their album "Lovely Little Lonely" came out, and
Great
all of us
title.
collectively as a band were obsessed with it.
Understand.
Like when we were on the road, we were just jamming it all the time. It reminded us a little bit of like kind of like Third Eye Blind vibes, a little new age Third Eye Blind, which
Mhm.
really resonated with us. And as we're on the road, I think it was Zach, our singer, that like just reached out to them on Instagram and said
Yeah.
like, "Hey, we love the album. Would
Hell
love to
yeah.
like tour with you guys someday." And Pat responded from the Main. I was like, "Yeah, we love your stuff too. Like it
Fire.
would be awesome to get on a tour together."
Fire.
But this was 6 years ago.
Understand. Yeah.
We couldn't make it work 6 years ago, but now all of a sudden, 2023, we're gonna make it happen.
Dude, and everything's selling out.
Yeah,
Love that.
It's going really well. I mean, look, the Main have done an incredible job of like building their audience and super dedicated fans, and we're really excited to be a part of that
Hell yes.
community, hopefully.
Yeah, man. I feel like you guys will seep into that really well. There's something about John. I feel like every time he posts these really beautiful messages about them
Mm-hmm.
being so far into their career, but it's like I think they are doing what we all dream of like they just continue to push their envelope and get bigger and build more fans into their community. Like it's so
They
cool
just
to
keep
see.
going.
They just keep going. Yeah.
They just like
Yeah.
keep putting out solid records. It's like they're not reaching for anything. They're just
Understand.
truly being themselves, and it's working, and they realize that like, oh, we can just keep doing what we're doing, and it makes people happy.
Understand.
And
Understand.
it's working.
Yeah, it's working. It's so fire. What was your first tour experience like though?
First tour
Yeah.
experience. Uh
Did you guys like open up for anyone, or was it like you guys headlining, or?
my first tour experience was when I was like, I think I was 19.
Oh shit. Okay.
It was a long time ago in the in my first band called Sunderland,
Okay.
way back in the day, we got onto a tour with two pop punk bands that we had found like through MySpace.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy time.
And one show was really good because the headlining band was from LA and they played
Okay.
at the Roxy, and basically the whole tour was like based on that
Got
show,
you. Understand.
like made for that show. So that one was a lot of fun. We got to play in front of like almost a sold out crowd at the Roxy, but every other show on that tour was like playing in front of like maybe 10, 15 people.
Yeah.
And it was a big lesson because like, you know, when you're idolizing bands and, seeing all their social media and stuff, even back then, like that was just Facebook and MySpace.
Got you.
You see all the crowds. You saw, everything that they were posting that was all good.
Yeah.
You did not see
Oh yeah.
the 5 to 10 person crowds. You didn't see the photo from the back of the audience with like the hands up.
Yeah.
It was definitely enlightening.
I think that's, and it goes back to you saying like seeing me that I was touring. Like, I mean, you know more than me, but I feel like when you're touring, it teaches you, it enlightens you, it makes you strong, it makes you a better artist. I feel like I get why so many artists in whatever span that people have made music give up, because touring will teach you so much about yourself, and it's like, oh, do I really want to do this shit, or do I want to like be, the embarrassment that you feel when nobody or like whatever it feels is like I think you can lean into it, or you can kind of ball out, and most people kind of back up, but never
really,
felt that.
For me, it was important to experience it really young.
Understand.
Because I still had like all that fire. Oh, I mean, I still got fire in me. I'm not saying I don't have that, but like back then, I think I was just so like naive to the music industry. I was like, I can dominate this. Like I can figure this out.
Yeah, I feel you on that.
Like, I'm a little jaded now. I've been in it for like 14 years at this point, so like that part of me is not so much here anymore. I definitely like worry about things a lot more. I know how to get through it, but I definitely worry about things. Back then, I was like, no, I'm gonna figure this out.
100%.
Yeah,
I feel you.
It's
so
kind of
hard
a crazy turn.
Yeah, it's a crazy. I agree with you all the way on that, man. I mean, it's like coming out here at such a young age. Never would have thought of the things that I feel now, just like bills, or just like wanting things to work out, or wanting to make stuff that is great, and feeling like you can make stuff that's great. Like I feel like being a kid in the industry, or being so young, just like, like I'll figure it out and it'll work, and da-da-da-da. But it's like you have to build a team, and then you have to build all these things, and like you have to get lucky, and then someone has to like want to look out for you.
Man. So many factors.
Yeah, so many factors.
But yeah. When you're young, you think you can do it all yourself, and that's truly a blessing.
It's a blessing. I agree with you.
Yeah,
I agree with you all the way. What, like, first time, I know we talked a lot about you growing up and you were playing tennis, which I find fascinating, because I think tennis is the best sport. I love to watch it. I love to play it.
I love hearing you say that.
I really
do too.
Dude, it's so fucking good. Also, Dylan and me you're 2-0, us playing ping pong. I just want to put that out there.
Well, that was my home table. So we'll try it somewhere else.
We have to try again. But I feel like, can you talk about that a little bit too? Just like you growing up playing tennis? Sports. Yeah. I think that's fucking awesome, bro.
Yeah. I mean, so for me, probably from the age of like 15 on, it was like either tennis or music.
Understand.
And I think my ego in tennis was a little inflated because of where I lived.
Was it Oregon
Hood
or
River, Oregon?
Okay.
Yeah, and it's just the state of Oregon. Like, I was pretty good for the state of Oregon, so I was like, oh, okay, maybe I can do this. I can like go to college playing tennis, maybe get a scholarship. But it was like, I think it was the summer after my senior year.
Okay.
I was gonna take a year off, but then go to college. But I was like, let me see if I can get really good at tennis over the summer, or see how well I can do, and maybe see if I can go try out at some schools and whatnot. But the first step of that was going to a tennis academy camp down in Southern California, where I had never experienced the competition yet. And oh boy, man, like when I got down there, I was so pumped. But like the first hour I was on the court, I just got my shit rocked.
Crazy. Crazy.
I thought I was good. I was not even close.
Yeah, understand.
And it was kind of at that point, it's like, I'm still pretty good at music.
Yeah.
Let me just pursue that instead. And I still had a band and everything. I kind of had like a safety net in music.
Understand.
And that's where all my friends were, so I felt comfortable stepping aside from that. But I'm really happy that I had tennis as a sport growing up, because
Yeah,
like
man.
now, especially living in Southern California, it's like one of the greatest assets that I have,
yeah.
just like for even just like meeting people, even
Yeah.
people in the music industry.
I mean, I agree with you all the way. I feel like so many people in doing what we do love tennis or love to play it, and like I feel like there's different tiers. I'm sure you've seen like where homies are like, yeah, I love to play, and then you get out there and they can't even hit the ball, and then some homies like,
I
all
won't
right,
say any names.
yeah, no. I play with some homies. I'm like, oh, I gotta go super. No, you're good. I gotta go super easy on you in my brain. But yeah, no, I can't talk shit.
We're gonna have to get out there though.
I know, bro. When you get back from tour, we just
Sounds good.
like when we get back from tour, maybe before a session, we just go do an early vibe.
Yeah, this course right by my studio.
Yeah, I know, bro. I was by you yesterday. I was by you on Tuesday. I want to say working with Colin. You guys stay pretty close to each other. And
Yeah,
everything
I
like
had no idea, but
Yeah.
apparently we are.
Yeah, you guys
that's
stay
awesome.
super close. What else do I want to? I also want to ask you that talk about maybe the new song that you guys have done with Flor.
Yeah,
I know you
Same
guys
Color
are on a
as the
new
Sun.
vibe. I listened to this morning. It is very fire.
Thank you.
Yeah, I really, really dig it, man.
Thank you so much.
I think it's awesome.
Yeah, that one was we were trying to figure out our sound. We're always trying to figure out like our sound, especially after, we dropped our last like major label record, and it was, 12 songs.
Mhm.
And it did pretty well. We're really happy with how it's performing on its own, and how it is to play live.
Yeah.
Great record, but we're always trying to like figure out what the next step is, what the next sound is. And I got to be honest, we're kind of stumbling, like trying to figure out what's next. What are we going to be excited about?
Mhm.
And then maybe like 5 or 6 sessions in, Zach just had that opening guitar riff.
Yeah.
And I think he had actually like worked on some melodies a long time ago, because I remember seeing him like post something on Instagram of a similar melody and similar guitar part. But he finally brought that to the studio,
Mhm.
and it was almost like our session
Yeah.
that we had, where everything just built so organically and felt so right
Yeah.
immediately. I was
Love
like,
that.
okay, this is what we got to pursue.
I understand.
This is the next sound. And like we definitely, with a lot of the sessions that we're having now, we're taking that sound from Same Color as the Sun and
Kind of
evolving it,
Love that.
taking it all different directions, but there's definitely like a cohesive sound to it
I
now
understand.
based on that song.
Based on that, what was kind of the inspiration for you? Or I guess you say like stumbling on it, but is there like an inspiration or musical or lyrical inspiration for it?
I don't, for me as the producer, I can't really speak on the lyrics too much,
Yeah, yeah.
because I mean, I definitely resonate with it, but the lyrics come from Zach.
Understand.
And
Gotcha.
that has always been the case. We like it when he writes it. It just,
yeah.
if it's one person, writing it, I feel like it's just a little easier to connect to. And he's got a really cool way of putting lyrics together.
Got you.
Unlike I've heard from, I haven't heard anyone put lyrics together like Zach, honestly.
Understand. Yeah.
So I want to respect that. I stay away from it.
Yeah,
but
no.
on a production level, I think almost like Goo Goo Dolls is kind of something that we've wanted to, I don't want to say bring back, because obviously Goo Goo Dolls is still crushing it, but that's sort of a sound that we want to emulate.
Got you.
And it's very timeless.
Yeah.
I
It does
think
have a
that's really
timeless
important
feel,
to me.
bro. Yeah.
Like Iris is still
Yeah.
that song is still fucking unbelievable.
Understand.
Not that we wrote Iris or anything like
No,
that, but that sound to me is going to be something that stays around forever.
No, I like listen to it. I was leaving the ladies this morning, like driving on the PCH, and it just made me like want to be like, I don't know. It's like the first feeling that
Felt
I had.
good?
Yeah, just like the sun coming in, it just felt good, and it just like made me like want to open my chest up. Like
It's a very warm
yes.
song. We've heard people say, we've actually had people like sending us videos of like them like watching the sunrise, listening to this song.
Okay,
It's
cool.
like, okay,
So I'm
that's kind of exactly what it's supposed to feel like.
Perfect.
So
Love
yeah,
that.
I appreciate that.
Of course, bro. No, I was literally like leaving, and I was just like, damn, like today's gonna be fucking tight. Like, yeah, like it was fire. Like, you know what I mean?
Good, uplifting. Yeah,
Yeah, it was very.
I mean,
uplifting.
it's a love song, and my fiance actually was like, I want this to be our first dance song.
Oh.
And I don't know if I want to do, like, obviously like that would be very special, but
That'd be
like
very
me
special.
dancing to my own song at my wedding. I
Yeah.
haven't wrapped my head around that
Totally.
yet.
I know you'd be so tickled by that. You're just like, no.
I don't know, but I look. Who knows? I haven't decided at this point, but she's really set on it. So I might have to just
Might
go
as
with
well
it.
do it. Do you guys? May I ask? Also, no pressure, or we can put it out. But do you have a date yet? Do you guys have a date for when
Yeah,
you get married?
June 1st next year.
Damn,
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah, it's coming up.
That's
I
so
mean, it's
wild.
like what 7 months away, 8 months away.
Yeah,
But that's gonna sneak up so
it's
fast.
gonna sneak up on you.
Yeah,
Incredible.
big time.
I've met Paige. I always see her when I'm at the house, and
Uh-huh.
you guys, and even seeing you, of course, seeing you guys at the house too, but seeing you guys vibe at the Halloween, the Ones to Watch party.
Oh,
I just
man.
think you guys are. I know I've said it, but I really think you guys are such a good match for each
Thanks,
other.
man.
I really do.
Yeah, well, we feel that way too.
Yeah, man, it's
Hence
beautiful.
the getting married part. Yeah,
course.
it's honestly, she's just the most special person in my entire world.
Yeah.
It's hard to describe her, which is actually what Same Color as the Sun is about. It's about like not even having the words to describe someone, and they are so bright to you. They're the same color as the sun.
Yes. Oh,
That is, yeah,
Hmm.
that's how I feel about Paige.
Understand.
Like I don't know how she came into my life,
got you.
but I feel like the luckiest person.
Yeah. I feel like most of our sessions are half figuring out the song and half talking about how we're obsessed with our partners in our life. And
Yeah.
and I really admire that because for me being such a lover boy and I'm so obsessed with love, all of my homies are like sus. When it comes to women or like whoever they're with, it's just
Really?
like I don't even, kind of like or like I'm just like ugh. Like and I feel like with you I can be completely vulnerable and be like all these songs are about her. And
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
and
yeah.
like I feel, all the whatever the hell. And like, I'm just happy and it pushes me, and I just love having that freedom with you, and
Yeah,
that
man.
we're on the same page with that. We also, I think we were talking about cooking and stuff, and I think
Yeah.
the last time I saw you, we cooked from like Friday to Sunday every day, and it was so awesome.
Oh, really?
We just like whipped up like ramen and whipped up like some burgers.
That's big.
And it's huge, and we
Yeah.
hadn't done it in a while because she's been gone, and I've been, of course, recording with you and recording with some of the homies. And it was good to just like be in the house for 3 days, and I don't know, it's like to do an activity like that together is just so special to me.
It's definitely the most special moments for me is like when we're. Listen, she's the chef.
Yes,
I'm
yes.
the sous chef.
I
I help out.
We
I
hold the
clean
same
up.
position. I would get yelled. Does she ever like? Can you see her ever getting mad at you if you do one thing wrong, or do you? You're pretty spot on. You're pretty good.
Well, crazy thing about Paige, I don't think I've ever seen her get mad at.
Yeah.
She's never gotten mad at me.
Mm.
She'll make fun of me.
Yeah.
But she won't get mad. She'll solve the problem. But mad, no.
Understand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can make a mistake. She'll be like, whatever. It's
Got
fine.
you. Yeah.
Just let me do it this time.
I think that's more what it. I was trying to cut up the onions and the garlic, and she was like,
Oh.
"Let me show you how it was really done." And I was like,
there's a proper onion technique.
"Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I gotta figure
I've been
out."
learning that.
Okay,
Still not very good, but I'm learning it.
same. I guess I go a little bit too slow, and then she's like, like, and I'm like, oh, like I was kind of doing that, but like a little slower. So yeah, just gotta work on
Just
that.
gotta, it takes time, man. It takes time.
The food's good.
I'm
though.
very delicate with it too. I take my time.
Right. Because I don't want to have
Slowly
the
but
big
surely.
chunks in there, and then it's on me, and then it's not. It's not a good vibe.
That's
yeah.
that's the perfectionist I think that in us that we both are. I feel
Very
like
true.
like you gotta like. She was making fun of me the other day because she was like, "Oh yeah, put 2 tablespoons of soy sauce in it,"
Okay.
and like I'm up there like measuring it exactly,
Yeah.
just like I'm like to the very top.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, 2 tablespoons.
Yes.
But when she does it, she's like,
100%.
There's no like
Not even
no
thinking about
exact measurements.
Mhm.
But for me, it's like, oh, it's got to be exact.
100. I feel like maybe I think you're right on the perfection because like we're like, well, if it goes under the tablespoon or over, it's going to be on us that it's maybe too salty or it's too.
Exactly. I just like can't turn that part of my brain off.
Yeah, it's so hard.
I'm trying to.
Yeah.
Trying to.
I feel you. I feel like tour helps you do that a little bit because you're in such a I don't want to say a beautiful flow, but you have it's like the show is at 8 and then you sleep and you try to work out
It's crazy. So people ask me like, or people tell me like, it's got to be stressful going on tour all the time. And sometimes it is. Like there have been very difficult tours, but when tour is normal, when it's all put together right, like it can be like a zen state.
I really
It
agree
really
with that.
can be,
Yeah.
and I love that feeling of getting to the next city, having an exact job to do
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
every
Mm-hmm.
single day.
Mm-hmm.
Um, getting the high of the performance,
Of course.
and
The
then
best.
you can party, you can go to bed early, you can do
Yeah.
what you want, but like you are getting in that bus or the van the next day, and you're going to the next city. It's like rinse and repeat,
yeah,
and it's
rinse and repeat.
awesome.
Yeah, it's true.
It feels really nice.
I agree, bro. It's so fire.
Yeah.
It's so fire, man. I mean, this tour is going from. Is it starting next week? Is it is that
Starts in
middle
what's
of
today, the 2nd?
the second?
Starts in a week.
Starts in a
Well,
week.
we leave for San Diego on the 9th. Starts the 10th.
The LA show's the 11th.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah. San Diego, LA, Anaheim, and I don't know off after that.
Crazy. Well, if we can work it out, I'm trying to pull up.
Please pull up.
I'm trying to pull up if we can work it
You're
out.
welcome.
I would love to. I would love to see you guys play and love to see the main play. It's so random. Like John hit me to be on some song with him like time
Really?
ago. It's like a solo project, and this is before I had like any street cred in rock music. I feel like not that I do now, but I feel like for some reason John saw it and he was like, "You want to like do a verse on this song?" And I was like, "Okay, yes, yes." Like it was during the pandemic or something like that. I don't know. It was weird. But I was so early on in my career, and he was just like, "You're cool. Like, you want to do this verse on here?" And I was like, I like rap and sang a little bit. I don't know. I was still like figuring out who I was, but I was.
Yeah,
like,
I haven't heard you rap yet. I've heard songs on Spotify, but I haven't heard you rap in person.
Yeah, I try to. That was an old life. I have friends that like. I have my best friend is in the group Chase Atlantic, and every time I go to his, I'm always on their albums, and he's like, when you come over here rapping, like I still have, like he won't let me sing. He's like, you're rapping on this song, and I'm like,
Okay.
I still, my dad taught me, I still got a little bit of.
Nice.
Me and the lady freestyle against each other all the time. So if you freestyle,
that's awesome.
we can just rap against each other. And
what an amazing skill. That is not something I have.
No, I feel you. I'm losing it by the day. I'm trying to write these damn songs, which I also want to talk about. I won't say the names, but I think we have 4 together at this point. I want to say we're 4 for 4.
Almost 5.
Almost 5.
Yeah,
it's very true.
We got a demo that we gotta suss out, but
it's very true.
I'm feeling good about it.
I want to say, I'm not going to say the names. Hard Riff, one, and then, a ballady, big sounding. The team are just freaking out about them.
Good.
They're just freaking out.
Yeah.
And so am I, man. I'm just freaking out.
That makes me feel good. Like that's the best feeling in the world is
It's
when
the best
you can,
feeling.
like get those types of songs. That first of all, that quickly, like when you get it that quickly, it makes it even more special because like then you can just work on more.
100%. 100%.
And just like, yeah, I mean I want to say the names of the songs, but like they hit me in a spot that like, a lot of sessions don't.
Yeah. No, I feel
like I do a lot of like one-off sessions with a lot of amazing singers and songwriters and artists, but there's something special about what we've created in these 4 or 5 songs,
man.
and I can't wait to do more.
Dude, same.
Yeah.
I'm so, oh, God. I'm literally right when you get off tour, I'm going to give you some days, and I'm like, hey, man. I'm no words,
and we'll
bro.
lock it in.
We'll lock it. I'm literally when you get some energy. That's like the worst. Sending voice messages to people I just saw yesterday. If you get some energy again,
if you get some energy. I like that's a very real way of putting it.
Yeah.
If you have energy to do a session, please.
Like it's so real. You know what I mean? Like I'm just like, yeah, you got some time. Does Paige come with you on the road? Or
she's actually coming on almost the entire tour.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's the dream, bro.
I think I
love that.
We really bonded at rock shows.
Yes.
When we first started seeing each other and like our most special memory is at the festival Firefly. We pretty much fell in love at Firefly. Like we just I didn't know it in the moment. But looking back on it now, I was like, okay, that's when I fell in love with this girl.
Totally understand.
So her just coming to every single rock show, I don't know, it just puts us in a really special place.
100%.
she's also awesome on the road and
Got you.
helps out whenever she can, and
Yeah.
we just love to travel together.
Yeah, I've never had my partner on the road with me, but I've been with her on her tours and tours she's been on, and it's like to have your person there with you is really grounding and like
Big time.
just gives you someone to go to, especially when things get weird and you're just like, oh, that show was whatever, and
Yeah.
someone to just hold you and tell you got another one tomorrow. You know, it's gonna be okay.
Yeah.
You don't gotta
the person to come to after a bad show
Yeah.
or what you think is a bad show.
Of course.
'Cause, you know, we're artists. We're always going to think shows are bad.
100%.
That's massive.
It's massive. I agree.
Really, really massive.
I agree. I really do. I know, and then I also know you guys went to go see Is it? I'm gonna say this wrong, but is it? Give me your favorite band.
Death Cab for Cutie?
Yeah, I see. I can.
Oh,
so
yeah.
don't get mad at me, people. I do like that band, but I can't disrespect them in front of Dylan. How was that show? Like, I know you talked about it. A bit, but
It was insane how
Yeah.
good it sounded.
crazy.
I had seen Death Cab for Cutie multiple times at festivals.
Mhm.
Death Cab was one of the bands that Paige and I actually bonded over.
Yes.
But I had never seen them at, the Hollywood Bowl. And
Best venue, bro.
Best venue and
Incredible.
performing the album that literally changed the course of my life.
Yeah.
Songs on that record, Transatlanticism,
Mhm.
are the songs I went to when I was heartbroken as a kid. There were
Phil.
the guitar lines that I would try to copy and
Mhm.
like just to make myself feel better. I would just like play along to
Got you.
Death Cab for Cutie songs. So like I got very emotional
Yeah.
watching it.
I fucking love that.
Yeah.
I like. Can you tell me any other bands that you grew up just loving, or artists that you grew up loving?
Jimmy Eat World.
Okay, so fire.
Yeah, unbelievable band.
So fire.
Yeah, they've just been there for me
Mm-hmm.
always.
Understand.
Since I found them, I found them later, like Bleed American.
Okay.
A lot of people resonate with Clarity, but I found them at the Bleed American era.
Understand. Yeah.
When The Middle came out and all that.
Yeah. Bleed American, was that like the first or second song of the album? I want to say.
I think it's the second.
that song is incredible, and it's a bit harder. Like I remember, my manager showed. I was like, "Oh, this shit's."
It goes a little
it's
harder,
beautiful.
and I mean, look, that song is still on the radio.
Yeah.
Just crushing.
Yeah, that riff. I
riff.
need to listen to that one. That riff on that song is fucking good. Yeah.
It's so simple too.
Yeah.
And the guitar solo is awesome. But it's
Crazy.
like it's all very simple. And I think they even said they wrote that song really, really fast.
Got you.
And that's probably why it worked.
They're really, really tapped.
Yeah, it's
They're
super
really
tapped.
tapped.
And another band that has like the main
Mhm.
has stayed really true to themselves and
Got you.
just kept going.
Yeah. I
So
mean,
really
I feel
respect
like
that.
I was watching some not weird, but some interview to where Prince did a cover of In the Middle,
I
and
saw
it
that.
showed him, and I actually listening to the riff, like hearing how Prince plays, I'm
Yeah.
just like, I don't know, music is just fucking awesome, man.
It's really
Like,
cool.
and it was just beautiful to see his reaction, and then just hearing Prince sing that, I was like, whoa, like
Yeah.
this is why like you write these fucking
It's
songs.
so cool.
It was so cool.
I bet that had to be wild for them to see Prince do that.
Oh my god, I would have freaking even just watching, like I sent that little clip to people and be like, we need to do something like this. Like
Yeah.
it's just the way his guitar playing is it's so funky and it's so driving. Yeah, it was just cool.
That's another really cool thing about Jimmy Eat World to me is that I think a lot of people don't know who they are as people.
Mhm.
But
That's fair.
like in the mainstream.
Yeah.
But so many bands and artists
Mm-hmm.
name them as like one of their favorite,
Of course.
most like influential artists. Like even
100%.
like Taylor Swift back in the day brought them out on stage
Really
to I think to play The Middle.
fire.
And like that's a crazy thing to
It's a
be able to
crazy
like
thing.
transcend your own band.
Yeah.
And like
yeah.
and influence people that are, like Taylor Swift or
Yeah.
Prince or
100%.
like Paramore or something like
Yeah.
that.
I mean, it's so real. I mean, I would still remember my manager showing me that shit, and he was like, I think he played me Bleed American first, and
Mhm.
then, of course, no, I had heard the song Middle like when I was a kid, just
Yeah.
like in PE class, like
course.
stretching to shit. But even like, I don't know, man. Just I love simple songs. I feel like even we've been learning that about each other. Like I love just. It's like the middle, like I love, like I think
It's the
that's
energy.
the energy,
The
of it,
energy
yeah,
of the
just
song has to
crazy.
be right.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly. I think it's really fucking beautiful, man. Like, I feel like growing up, it was so different for me, just my family just being more in like a religious backing and like
Mm-hmm.
a R&B and hip hop sense, and I think people can feel it from me, but I have just such just pure love for rock and roll because
So cool.
I found it as a young adult to where I was trying to put things in my brain that I wanted to put in there.
Yeah.
So I was glad that no one, not that anyone in the rock or like that loves rock was forced on it, but it was like all they kind of knew. And it was like beautiful being 20 and 19 and like coming out here and being like, oh, like David Bowie. Like I just hadn't heard it. I had
Yeah.
only heard Lil Wayne and J. Cole and like the hottest rap shit, which is
Yeah.
great. Like I love it. But it was something about when I heard Bowie and it was something about when I heard Arcade Fire, who Win Buller's from where I'm from in Houston.
Oh wow.
Like I felt songs, and that's just been for the past 7-6 years been so inspiring to me. Just like I think rock
That's really
music
cool.
really has that, pop music too, and hip hop too. But there's something about the rock shit when they can put a really good song together with a sexy or just a great guitar. You know what I mean? I
Mhm.
think it's something so moving about it, and especially the live aspect. I mean, when you see someone play up there and sing, in those drums, it's just a different feeling.
It's a different feeling.
It's a different feeling, man.
I have no experience in like the hip hop
Yeah.
world, so I can't really speak to that. But
Yeah.
I can say that the feeling of just having like a screaming guitar and a amazing drummer on stage.
Yeah.
There's nothing like it.
Mm-mm.
And I also think like, you know, a lot of the hip hop shows, especially the bigger ones now, are incorporating a lot of the rock elements from what I can see,
Mhm.
because that's what makes a show like really hit.
Yeah, really hit and like just great. You know what I'm saying? I think
Yeah.
I feel like Jay-Z always did it. I mean, I know Kanye always did it to where like, but they wouldn't have the band with them. They would be in the back.
Mhm.
You just hear it, and it just would sound so much better. I feel like even Kendrick's doing now, where they're in
Yeah.
the back of the show because they have their like the set is so cool. But yeah, man, I don't know how. I don't want to like talk about like the love of rock and roll, but it's just like it's just beautiful and it just moves.
It's an amazing thing to make.
Yeah,
And I'm glad I'm
yeah.
able to make more of it
Yeah.
nowadays. Especially the last probably 4 years,
Mhm.
because I don't think it was dying per
Mhm.
se, but like I definitely, every session that I was having, I wasn't really able to make like rock music.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, it was all like alt pop
Gotcha.
or very very synthy or like sample driven or
Understand.
something like that. But now it's like people want original guitar riffs. They
Yeah.
want live drums.
Yeah.
They don't want the sample drums anymore, which is
Mm-mm.
kind of cool. Like
It's so cool.
it's been a lot of fun, and I get to like make things imperfect
Yeah, yeah.
in a very cool way.
Yes.
I'm all about that. Making
Sames.
things imperfect.
Big sames. Like I think that's also why it works for me. I'm constantly trying to like do my guitar lessons, do my vocal
Yeah.
lessons, you know what I mean? But I also just love being such a, I hate to say it, but like a decent singer. But I also, the energy in it is
Yeah.
so like perfect to me. And then I love writing, just how I feel. But I think that's another reason why rock fits me incredibly well. Just,
It
that
suits you, bro.
imperfections. Like
It suits you. I promise. Whenever you hop on the mic, I'm like, damn, where did that come from?
Yeah, I love it.
And
I
it suits
fucking
you.
love it. Yeah, thank you, bro.
Of course.
I'm super. I've been like having the nerdiest week, man. Just like when I first came here, I lived in Hollywood, of course, and used to walk by all these big studios, just so
Mhm.
depressed and so sad. Just
Oh.
like, I don't know what I'm going to eat tonight. And then like I went to East West Studios this week, and I had never been there, and I never really, to be honest, I never knew what was inside there,
Mhm.
but I knew it was something important.
Yeah.
And it was just like going there this week and like making these songs and going back to the songs that we've made. Like I just feel like just happy and such a big kid these days. Like,
Fulfilling, man.
just very fulfilling. Yeah, man. I'm just like, damn, like all off inspiration and like being crazy enough, but also because like rock has given me such an outlet and such a beautiful platform, and just want to keep building on it. You know what I mean?
That's
like,
awesome.
yeah, I'm super stoked. I called my mom and told her about it the other day, and now I'm just talking like we be in the studio.
No, it's good.
Yeah.
No, what'd your mom say?
She was vibing. She was good. She was like, yeah, you always, that's her. She's like, you always, just figure it out. I mean, the past
Oh, that's cool.
year for her has been like, thank God, like you're safe now and you're okay. Before she was like, eventually, but now she's like, that's
She
just
knew
how
it was
you
gonna
are.
happen.
Yeah, that's all.
Yeah.
She's like, as a kid, like you played you know, it's like I talked to you. It's like I played everything, and like if I didn't like it, I would put it down. But I was like with music, I just always. She's like, yeah, you know, it was tennis, it was golf, it was. She was like, you know, you just always, but you always figured it out. I was like, yes, ma'am. I was like, for sure, for sure. How do you ever like call your parents and like just like
Oh yeah.
talk shit with them and not talk shit, but like,
Talk
you know what I
shit.
mean? But just be like, damn, like you know, I'm happy or
My
like,
dad talks shit to me about
yeah.
tennis.
Oh, respect,
Yeah.
respect. Does he play?
Yeah, he
That
plays.
makes okay.
He plays.
Okay.
But yeah, it. My relationship with my parents, like regarding music, has become really cool.
Cool.
I mean,
Hell yes.
at first it was definitely touchy.
Of course.
I think growing up, 'cause like we didn't live in LA, we didn't you know see where music could take me, or my parents couldn't really see it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the straightforward thing would be to go to college
Of
and
course.
get a business degree or something like that.
Yeah.
And I don't think they really cared for they said they liked it, but I don't think they actually cared for the music that my band was making at the time. So
Gotcha.
it was like, I think for them it was a little more difficult to support it.
Mm-hmm.
Not to say that they were discouraging at all, but ever since my band kind of figured it out, and we've been putting out music that they can kind of like resonate with.
Yeah, for sure.
It's been really, really fun.
Cool.
It's been a very, very fun relationship. I get to bring them to the shows and show them artists that I work with.
Yeah,
and like I
100%.
got to take my mom to a Mr. Wife show the other day.
Crazy.
It was fucking awesome.
Wait, your mom was here?
Yeah.
What was her reaction to the show?
Oh, she was, I mean, stunned.
Yeah.
I mean, first of all, because Mandy, the singer of Mr. Wives, is unbelievably good.
Also, want to put out that I know I told you now, but that's how I found you through their shit.
Yeah,
through
so
hearing,
cool.
Like, yeah, they're so fire.
That
So fire.
one of my favorite bands to work with.
Yeah.
But yeah, she was just like, that's not something they get to do all the time.
Mhm.
Like go see a big sold out show in LA that their kid had, some hand in. So it was a really, really fun moment.
I fucking love
I
that.
get to do that, all the time. They live in Santa Cruz now, so
so not too bad. Okay, cool.
Yeah, whenever we can sometimes perform in Santa Cruz, and they can just go straight to the venue, and it's awesome.
What is that drive like? Is it 2 hours?
It's 5.
Oh,
5
5.
hours.
Okay. Oh,
yeah.
But for your parents, that's pretty close.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that's fire.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Is there any? Damn, I feel like an asshole. Is that going up, or is it?
It's going up.
It's going up. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Calm. Okay. Love. I love that, bro. I hope they get to see a show on the tour.
Well, they're both coming down to LA. Actually.
Oh, okay, perfect.
Yeah, so you might meet them.
I would love to. I swear I won't talk too much, but yeah.
No, they would love you, man.
That'd be amazing.
They are in their element when they're at a show, and
yeah,
they have a blast.
Fuck yes.
Yeah.
I fucking love that. I don't know. I think the parents, like, it was just always different for me. So it's like getting to that point now, I'm just so stoked to where I can just call them, and I still never like cuss. I try to be very respectful, but like sometimes me and my mom, it'll be 2 hours, and like she's like, "Boy, let me get y'all. I didn't talk your head off," and I'm just like, "Mom, it's been 2 hours." I was like, "We should just go to 3." You know what I'm saying? It was just like, it's just funny. It's just good to have that
is good.
relationship.
Of course.
I also wanted to talk about the beautiful pirate. I don't know if you were a pirate. What were you on? When we
no one got it right. No one got it right.
What were you?
Until Paige was next to me, and people would realize I was the Mad Hatter.
You was the Mad Hatter.
From Alice in Wonderland. Yeah.
Can I also say I love the? It was like the thing that you like knit with, or what was that?
I had like a sewing kit for the hats. Yeah, or I don't know what it was. I actually
loved it.
But Paige put my costume together. Of course,
it was phenomenal.
Thanks.
Not me calling you a pirate. I'm so down.
No. That's fine. I got called a pirate. I also got called a member of OG Panic at the Disco.
Oh yeah. I heard that a few times too. Yeah.
Mad
How do you
Hatter
feel
was
about
not
that?
one of them. I mean, that's cool.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah. Well, also the funny thing is, like, Paige early on told me that her like big like rock star crush was Brendan Urie from
Makes sense.
Panic at the Disco.
Yeah.
So I'm like, is this kind of your fantasy?
Right. Yeah. No, that's fair. The hair, he got the big forehead. Like, I get it. I don't know why I love big foreheads on men or women. I don't know, but I feel
that's
you.
interesting. Yeah. That's a new one.
It's a new one. Yeah. I be laughing. I tell Willow all the time, but also any woman that I meet that I'm like, oh, like if they're nice, and I'll be like, "Oh, I love your forehead," and they immediately cover it. I'm like, that doesn't help at all. Like now there's more space under it. I just think it's funny. Is there anything else you want to talk about? Anything else you wanna vibe out on? Because
Oh
I'll just
man,
say that I love you the whole time and
I'd love
say
you,
how
love you
grateful
too,
I am
bro.
for you, man.
I mean, look, I'm happy to talk about anything, but like, yeah, I'm just stoked we're working together.
Dude, me too, bro. I'm stoked that we're working out, and I'm stoked for our friendship. I feel like yeah, man, it's been like fast, but it's really awesome. I'm
Oh,
really thankful.
I got a question though.
Oh, please.
Do you want to be on a floor song?
Bro, please.
Can I do that on here?
Please. God, bro, I would fucking love to.
I already asked the guys.
I would genuinely love to.
Okay,
I
tight.
mean that.
Well,
I'm like blushing now, bro. I would fucking love to do that, dog.
maybe that's a good way to end it.
Please. Yeah, that's perfect. Also, no, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, of course. I got the song in mind. I'm gonna show you
Okay, cool.
after we're done here.
Oh, perfect. Oh my God. Well, I genuinely care about you, bro, and I'm genuinely thankful that
Likewise.
you're in my life. I'm glad that we can make music and talk about how much love is like actually really cool.
Yeah, man.
And talk about how maybe we'll take a job and being a sous chef one day.
Yeah, backup job.
Backup job. Well, thank you guys for listening. This is another episode of Dwayne's World. Talk to you guys soon.
Thanks for having me.
Yeet.